Hello, you know me as Perez Hilton, and this is Blake No Receipts Lively. I have been making my way through her newly amended lawsuit against Justin Baldoni in real time, and the complaint is a lot like her. It's spicy and playful and has no teeth. Thus far, the biggest bombshell is that allegedly other female cast members were victims of Justin Baldoni's inappropriate on-set behavior. But what that is, allegedly, she doesn't specify it. Maybe she will as we work our way through the lawsuit. Let's pick up where we left off. The poisoner of minds is detailing all of the infractions she claims that Justin Baldoni made, such as another instance of him calling her hot and then saying, "I guess I missed the HR meeting after she complained." She alleges in her newly amended lawsuit that on May 29th, 2023, a different cast member lodged a sexual harassment complaint about Mr. Baldoni's gross and unwanted comments towards her and others. If that is true, that would be, I think, really bad. She claims that he expressed criticisms of her age and her weight. Blah, blah. Then, when she went to complain to his producing partner, she was pressured into a meeting in her trailer while she was having body makeup removed and topless. Miss Lively told Mr. Heath that she was almost done and they could meet once she was clothed. Mr. Heath, however, insisted that if she did not allow him into her trailer to speak to him at that moment, then there would be no meeting with the other producers. Reiterating the previous allegation that he went into her trailer uninvited while she was undressed, including when she was breastfeeding her infant child. Miss Lively often had to work while breastfeeding, which she felt comfortable doing so long as she was given the time and space to cover herself. She did this frequently because she was not given breaks to feed her baby. Of that, she says, quote, "The lack of accommodation for her need to express milk caused her to develop painful mastitis. Sorry. She claims that sometimes shooting would stretch 6 hours without a break. And while she was comfortable breastfeeding, she did not expect or consent to anyone entering her private spaces while topless, exposed, and vulnerable with her newborn or during body makeup application or removal." Mr. Baldoni and Mr. Heath both showed a lack of boundaries by invading her personal space. Allegedly. All of this is according to her. Defendants have claimed that these intrusions were Miss Lively's fault because she texted Mr. Baldoni on one occasion that she was just pumping in my trailer if you want to work out our lines. This misunderstands the difference between a woman pumping on her own terms, having taken the necessary steps to make herself comfortable, covering herself, and ensuring the conditions are appropriate for the task, and walking in on someone without notice or permission while they are breastfeeding or otherwise in a state of partial undress. The critical distinction is consent. Miss Lively's one-time invitation was neither free license to join her immediately in her trailer, nor was it a general invitation to freely walk into her trailer at any time uninvited, and it certainly was not licensed to enter Miss Lively's trailer when she refused consent. The fact that Mr. Baldoni, who has repeatedly preached the importance of consent while giving media interviews or in public speaking events, now claims otherwise with respect to his own behavior displays breathtaking hypocrisy. She swears that he was talking about her body and her weight. They bring up the trainer again. Remember the trainer and the lift and the back issues? Well, She claims Mr. Baldoni secretly called her fitness trainer without her knowledge or permission and implied that he wanted her to lose weight in 2 weeks. In later text messages sent to his team, Mr. Baldoni referred to Miss Lively's trainer as a damn spy and sought to plant stories to portray his concerns as being motivated by his lower back pain. The allegation of him wanting her to see the weight loss specialist as a ruse after she had strep throat, blah, blah. The allegations that they did not follow COVID protocols on the set. The amended complaint claims that Lively and others lodged grievances regarding Baldoni's conduct and Mr. Heath's conduct, which their production company Wayfarer declined to investigate. This is weird and unusual. As the studio producing the film, Wayfarer was the employer of all the cast and crew and thus responsible for ensuring workplace safety on set. However, Wayfarer failed to provide Miss Lively with even rudimentary employment protections, such as an employee handbook, sexual harassment policy, information or any training on sexual harassment, discrimination, or respectful workplace expectations. I've done a lot of movies, even recently. That doesn't happen. I was on General Hospital last year. That doesn't happen. I mean, maybe if you're a full-time General Hospital employee, but as a guest star, that didn't happen. And when I've done movies, I've not been handed an employee handbook or a sexual harassment policy or anything like that. She claims that Wayfarer had received or were aware of a number of HR grievances regarding his and Jamie Heath's conduct. Contemporaneous messages with witnesses prove that Miss Lively's concerns about Mr. Baldoni and Mr. Heath and others' concerns began early in the pre-production and production process, long before the editorial process began. Because of the lack of protocols, Miss Lively initially struggled to find a way to navigate the increasingly troubling behavior to which she was subjected on set. On or about May 23rd, 2023, during a particularly difficult day on set, she and a female cast member talked to each other about how uncomfortable they were both feeling. That same cast member later reached out to Miss Lively by text to express appreciation and relief to be able to commiserate about their shared experiences. Miss Lively, upset with the inappropriate working conditions to which they were both subjected, thanked her for her support in speaking up by writing, quote, "Thank you for taking the time to say this. Pause. Why not include the other actress's text to her? Redacted. No name, but let us see what the other actress wrote." Once again, Blake, no receipts, Lively. "Thank you for taking the time to say this and also for taking the time at your lunch. I felt untethered today and you grounded me. I'm sorry for what you've experienced and I wish I would have been there to witness it for you. And not that you need me to, but I sure would have loved to have run my mouth about it. Thank you for not only witnessing me, but for coming in with such eloquent and safe backup. You were able to be bold without being inflammatory, which is such a tightrope, and I really appreciate it." And more allegations against him from Blake Lively and other female cast members coming up. Yes, much more to come. Stay tuned. Perez Hilton covering the amended lawsuit from the Plantation Princess and every relevant detail. Oh my God, this is exhausting. Thoughts on what we've learned in this video? Let's discuss in the comment section.